I guess I didn't remember buying a fourth mini praxis. But I have 4 mini praxises now. Didn't know that. Who's going to stop me from buying more? None of you. Let's see here. Everything is in the way. We can put the die in the dyed. Yeah, this one I got to be careful with because that's the one that opened. And for anybody curious, the giveaway knife is finished. Which means the giveaway will be soon. I need to come up with an exact day, but the plan was for next week. I think I'm going to push it back one more week so that I can actually upload a video and give people like some time to enter the giveaway. But it comes with both stickers, the little card telling you what knife it is and everything about it. And it comes with the knife and the box, of course. It is purple. We dyed it purple. Thing is gorgeous, and I'd love to keep it, but I bought it to give it away, so woohoo. Dalton, what's up? That is a really good looking purple. I might do that to other knives as well. I've had a lot of people ask what my favorite knife is, and I'm going to be honest, I have no clue. It changes so often that I can't quite pin down a favorite. Demon, what's up? Top 5? Royal Howard, how's it going? Ground Fog, what's up? Indeed, I have cool knives. So Aiden, who was in the chat earlier, I'm not sure if he's still here, got me this little thing. It's a microscope, and it's actually pretty sick, but to show you guys what it looks like, can I zoom in? I can. Awesome. So this will be weird, and it's going to look weird under the camera, but it should work out fine. And we can hopefully show you the edges of some of the knives that I've sharpened. Gotta line it up just right with the camera. Okay. Okay. Now, holding a knife up in that spot is not easy to do. We can start off with the knife that I'm carrying today and see if it'll show up just fine. There's the edge. The charger is getting in the way. That's not great. So that would be what the edge of my CRKT Bonafide looks like. You can see that they're flat. The grind lines are flat. And with the knives that I sharpen, they are no longer flat, they are diagonal, which I will need to find one that I have sharpened. This will work just fine. So this is my Icon knife. Diagonal. With some interesting horizontal scratches that I have no clue what they came from. Yes. Yeah, Aiden sent this thing. It's really, really weird and really interesting. It's hard to get used to. And it's hard to hold things in place, too. Really, really hard to hold things in place. Because the smallest move, and it's just like, okay, you're never seeing anything again. Getting used to that's not going to be easy. Anyway, we have a Gerber to sharpen today. But first, we also have a package. Another package. I didn't open the last one on stream, but this one I'll open on stream. Because why not? Move my other phone out of the way. Sharp knife. So what all is in here? Oh, so I'm going to have to cut the whole thing all the way across. There we go. So I know what's in here. Nobody else knows what's in here. Oh, this is not easy to remove. There we go. Another Atoma. It's an Atoma plate. A replacement plate. And I believe Aiden said this one was 600 grit, but it doesn't tell you anywhere on this thing what grit it is, in English anyway. So Willie, you want to see something cool? I meant to show you this the other day when you were on the stream. You know how you were talking about wanting that Tonto knife, but not if it's a Tonto? Well, I de-Tontoed it on stream. Gimme. Gimme. Damn. Yeah, I de-Tontoed it on stream. It looks way better. No longer a Tonto. And how does it cut? Because it cut great last time I tested it. Beautiful. Hmm. So I believe this is a nickel plate. Diamond encrusted nickel plate. Basically what you do with this is you stick it on this aluminum plate, and the idea is it stays there, and then you have a double grit plate. Will it work out just right? I have no clue. But we'll find out. Stifler Manufacturing, how you doing? Just popping in to say hi. It's worth the hype, but it depends on how much you're spending. So Hogue makes great. Hogue makes the Deca, and I believe the Misto. The Deca at $140 for MagnaCut is a really, really good deal. But prices above 200 are starting to get questionable for value. A long weekend. Man, my weekends are always long. Is that a good thing? I don't know. I don't question it. It just happens. So yes, it is worth the hype. It just depends on the cost. Oh, and Stifler, the ones that I'm able to give away for that giveaway that I've set aside for it specifically. This one right here, if it'll let me open it. This is the one that I was cleaning during your stream. I've got a leak that I'm willing to give away, which I'll show off in a minute. And this. So of course it's used, but this one's barely used. It is an auto, so whoever wins that, it's up to them to check their local knife laws. Autos aren't legal in every state or in every city. And then I'll find a leak that I'm willing to give away. But leak. I kind of want to just ship them to you so I don't have to deal with anything. If that sounds fair. Because if I ship them for you, then it's all up to you at that point. Swiss Tech came out with another Barlow, or... Because I know they came out with one a while back in OS 8. Did they come out with one in a better steel, or... Alright. Now comes the risky part. We have peeled it. Now we need to line everything up. I've already wiped this. I'll be honest, anything for me to do less work. I'll just sit on it or stand on it or something. I'll literally just take both these stones and put them on the ground and stand on it. Brando, what's up? Welcome back. I weigh more than a dictionary, I guarantee you that. So is it the marbled carbon Barlow? It's pulling on my sock. That's a weird feeling. So I think that that was definitely enough weight, considering I just put like 150 pounds on it. Over and over and over again. Oh, and it's lined up beautifully. I couldn't have asked for that to go any better than it did. You spend as much time cleaning your side by side as you do riding it. You need to get a hose and go to town for like 15 minutes and then dry it off. Oh, do you have a do they make an S&B particle separator for that thing? It'll make it so you don't have to clean out the air filter as often. It's a little spendy, but it's worth the amount or the protection that you get for the engine. So yeah, look at that. We have a 140 on this side, and I believe a 600 on this side. It's you can actually see a reflection on this side. You can on both sides. You should look into it. S and B particle separators. My fault for not cleaning this thing. I find it weird. The modularity stuff is kind of weird to me. Because I've never messed with this kind of stuff before. I usually buy the cheap shit and get it over with. But I don't know. We'll see how I like it. If I ever decided to swap out like the 600 for 1,000 or something. Who knows? We'll find out later on, but I do have a knife to sharpen, so sounds like we'll be starting with it almost immediately. Oh, this is gonna suck. The only downside of this 140 is the diamond sections sit up so high compared to the plate that it's sitting on. To get the plastic back to black, you should use some fire. JNATS. Well, to be completely fair, I don't buy stuff for myself very often. So, most of the stuff is for the channel. But yeah, look up how to use heat to recondition plastic. It works really, really well. It works quicker too than actually just washing. Like, wash it first, have it clean, and then do the heat thing. It's really cool. My God, guys. I can't tell you how quickly this 140 removes material. It is so fast. Compared to all the other shit that I've been using forever, I've never had a stone remove more material than this. I haven't. I don't watch Jared's videos. Don't get me wrong, I'll recommend that other people watch him if they want to learn how to sharpen, but he he just isn't my kind of guy. Ziggy, what's up? How's it going? Yeah, I don't normally stream this early. I normally stream. What time is it? 6? I normally stream about 5 hours from now. But I have nothing to do today. So you're worried about keeping dust off, dude? That's a first world problem. Oh, I just wash it off eventually. Like once a week, I'll wash this thing. I haven't bought a pink eraser, I'll be honest. Again, I usually don't buy things for myself. I buy things for the channel, and I forget a lot. So yeah, for this we will just... Oh, I forgot that I threw away my... Hmm. Oh yeah, I use... I'm I'm not going to say like a 50-50 ambidextrous. I'm like I am right hand dominant, right? But 25% of the time, I'd say I use my left hand for certain tasks. I can swap between hands. I can sometimes write with my left, but just not as well as my right. You bought a couple knives recently. A mini Osborne, not bad. And the hunting skinning knife from, oh boy, you spent money. I don't have that kind of money. I'm debating on whether you actually want the answer to that question. Yeah, fuck it. Right hand. Happy? Okay. Yeah, I would think that I'm ready for carbide heavy steels. I do decent with D2. I'm not great at it, but I'm decent. Well, what I keep in my truck is a Mora. I keep a Mora 1511 in my truck as the truck knife. What other steels have I sharpened? I've sharpened MagnaCut, but it's not really high in carbides, I don't think. I have not sharpened M390, and that one's high. It has a lot of chromium. I'm trying to think of all the steels that I've sharpened. So, you know what? While we're here, we can just pull them all out real quick. I don't mind taking time to sharpen this thing. It's not going to bother me. So, 8CR. I'm not sure that I've sharpened S30V. I have, actually, yeah. Nice reminder. So I don't think I'll put S30V on the table, but I have sharpened it. And did great, by the way. So 8CR, D2. A lot of D2. 14C I've done pretty well with, but that's not high carbide. VG10, so 10CR, 10CR 18 COMOV, 154 CM. Or no, this is CPM 154, and I've done 154 CM. 4V, MagnaCut 420 HC, 3CR. So we'll pull the MagnaCut out. .420 HC. .4CR. Not that that's something to brag about, but I have done it. I don't have very many knives with serrations, so it's not going to be a problem for me. Honestly, what I actually need, is stropping compound. I don't have any. I need to get me some diamond emulsion or something from Lacey. Sure, but ZT uses better steels and better handle materials. Speaking of ZT, I'll be selling my 0450. I'll be putting that thing up for sale for 180. S35 VN titanium. I'll think about it, Aiden. To be completely fair, not very many people have my address. Like, there's some companies that I won't even send my address to. So, Carco, what's up? How you doing? Well, Ziggy, if you're looking to have a titanium version, I'm going to be putting one up for sale. Yeah, I have yours. I do have your address. What do you do? I was meaning to ask you that the other day. What do you do? How can you afford to send people this shit all the time? Or on a fairly regular basis, let's put it that way. Are you like a CEO of a construction company or some shit? Watch me hit the nail on the head right there. That'd be hilarious if I got that dead on. No, he's an underwater welder. No kids. That's a plus. Oh, kids take up so much money. One of the reasons I don't have any. Income, yeah, that's a good question. Cutting onions. Well, we have a knife on the table designed by somebody named Ken Onion. This one would probably be the best on the table, to be honest. It's a Kershaw leek. Really thin. Really, really thin. That's why it's the best on the table. You like titanium, but yeah, that's fair. Somebody complained about titanium knives having cold handles. Yeah, I've got a bunch of these things, and I have a couple of them up for sale already. They are spring assisted, though. Not everybody's interested in that. If you'd want, I'd also gladly take the spring out so that it's not spring assisted, but it's not as smooth when you do that. Well, I am great at driving, but I've never driven a manual, so I don't have that kind of money. And I don't know anybody that owns a manual. A random leak, that's not a bad knife. I just about bought one the other day, but it was trashed, and I decided I'd need a new blade, and it just wouldn't be worth the amount of money I'd be putting into it. I need to see if I can get discount codes from companies. I reached out to a company the other day. Damn it, I meant to reach out to DEF CON knives too. I keep saying I'm going to do that, and then I don't do it. Rock Tester, what's up? I'm streaming early. Yep, don't be, well, actually, the random leak isn't a bad knife. Well, I have Kershaw's up for sale, if you're interested. 64 subs, hell yeah. You're getting places. But yeah, the regular leaks, they are fragile when you use them wrong. The random leak has a much stronger tip because of the blade shape's different. Much, much stronger tip. Yep, that'll happen, unfortunately. But that is one of the things that the leak is known for, is having a fragile tip. And I've got one with a broken tip, but it's my favorite. Broken tip, but this one's easier to sharpen than all the other ones. Well, I don't have Yojimbo money, so I don't like the scales either. It's up for sale. Or is it up for sale? Shit, see, that's the problem, is I take pictures of things ready to put them up for sale, and then I forget to put them up for sale. Like, I have so many pictures of knives that I need to sell. I don't need to, but, you know. This one is up for sale on Instagram. It's not up for sale on Blade Binge. I sell on Blade Binge now. I used to sell on eBay, but the fees were 13%, and Blade Binge takes 7% instead. So if you'd like to find where I sell stuff, it is one of the links on my channel. If you go over to my channel and look where it says the links are, the P.O. box we have is tiny. Just so you know, like, it is small. Strongest knives made thanks to the Triad. Ooh, you're gonna ruffle some feathers with that one. You're talking down on fixed blades, my guy. I don't think we could fit a regular box in there. To be completely honest, I don't think that a regular box will fit in there. Somebody just asked that question, and I have no clue. I liked the Rat 2. The Rat 2 was really comfortable and nice to carry. I used to carry this one daily for months in this little pouch that I had for it. You can see that it fits it perfectly. Fits in there just fine. The problem with this thing is I broke something on the knife, and it no longer locks up properly. So it has lock rock now. I keep forgetting to send it in, and I don't always have money to do this kind of stuff. Like the giveaway stuff, the buying knives to sell. I just don't have the money to be doing this all the time. That includes getting my own stuff repaired. I'm spending my money. No, I spent the channel money to do that, but my money's going towards the channel before it's going towards my personal stuff. So I don't get to fix my fancy shit most of the time. It just kind of sits there broken. I sharpened this thing last night, and I learned how to open it properly. Well, you have fun, Rock Tester. We'll see you later. Now, I'm going to recommend, if you're going to buy a Rat, you should probably buy like the Rat 1.5. Oh, it is beautiful how sharp I got this thing. Oof. But it's so effortless to cut through. And it's quiet too. I keep forgetting to put this thing up for sale. And I finally sharpened it last night, so now hopefully it'll actually sell well. We can look at it under the microscope. I was just thinking about that. Oh, I know what you mean. Centering is kind of an issue. It's not perfectly centered, but if you take it apart, the Rat 1 is easy to center yourself. Like this one is centered perfectly. I centered it myself. So yeah, we'll look at the X-arc under the microscope real quick. Oh, it's going to be so fun to try and make this thing work again. Because you got to line it up perfectly. That's the biggest problem that I have. gorgeous. Look at that scratch pattern. It is gorgeous. Oh my god. I was just staring at this thing last night under the microscope. Like, it took me a good bit to get it sharp, but oh my god, once I got it sharp, it was just gorgeous. My consistency is indeed amazing. It is a little bit blurry. It's, even if you have it perfectly not blurry, cloudy. Let's put it that way. It's a tiny bit cloudy. My dad was talking about getting one of those flashlights for one of his guns, but I wasn't talking him out of it or anything. I am originally from the US. Yes. So let's look at some of my other sharpening jobs. Real quick, before I tell anybody, I'm going to open this knife and tell me what brand you think it is. I'm going to show you the edge, and I want somebody to tell me what brand they think this thing is. I did take some new pics and put them on Instagram, yes. Anybody else want to guess? Ziggy said Spyderco. Kershaw. You think a launch? Ziggy was right. It's a Spyderco. It's my trashed Spyderco. Good guess. Persistence. Tenacious is bigger. That was a really good guess. I think I'm going to grab another knife and we'll play the guessing game. Because the guessing game's kind of fun. I think this is off screen enough. What is this brand? They made an Ambitious that's even smaller than that one. Feel free to ask some questions about the knife before you make your guess. The things I will tell you are handle material, if it has bearings or washers. I won't tell you blade steel though. Got one guess that thinks it's a knockoff bug out. Dude, the Spyderco Police series, those things are freaking big. I do not own another tactile other than my other one. You know. Anyway, we've got two guesses. It's a CRKT. the fun one. This blade is really heavy. The blade is heavy, not the handle or the whole knife, just the blade. I would hazard a guess. Now, most knives, the blade is like a good quarter of the weight. Most knives with, well, that might not be true. I don't know, this just doesn't feel heavy. And the blade snaps out with no problem, right? This one, again, the blade feels light. And it's heavier than it. I do know knives, I guess, yes. And what were we talking about? What do I think of cleavers? Folding cleavers, I find them to be quite useless to me, but they do look kind of cool. The biggest benefit of the folding cleavers, yeah, I am a mod in his streams, and we talk on Instagram sometimes. Is it Mehmet? Is that how you pronounce that? How you doing? So yeah, the only reason I bought this thing was because it does this. And I thought that that was the coolest shit. Because I take my knives apart so often to clean them. And this one, you just... Well, thank you for the subscription. Hopefully you enjoy the content. The biggest downsides of this one, though, that I've noticed is the flipper tab kind of sucks. It's a push button flipper tab, not a light switch flipper tab. I do regret, I bring it up quite often, well, fairly often, but I regret getting rid of my Para 3. Oh, you're asking a big question. Top 10 best brands. In my opinion, from what I've handled, yep, I have a ton of leaks. Like 11 leaks. I have too many leaks. I have leaks for sale. Well, if we're talking top 10 best brands for knives, and we're only talking about what I've handled, I'm not going to put them in any order. Yeah, I sell stuff. I have 2 leaks that are up for sale publicly right now, and I can show you where to buy them if you'd like. They are $35 each, which is like 40% off of new price or something like that. But if you go and you click on my profile picture that's up over here, just wait a second, I'll show you what I'm getting at. And then you click, and 4 more links right here. And you click right here. It brings you to where I sell stuff. Aiden, you better keep quiet about that. Not everybody needs to know. And I have... Where are the ones that I have up for sale right now? I have a tan one that's somewhere on the table or something. It's under the sign. So this tan one is up for sale. It's been fully disassembled and cleaned and then put back together. And then I have a green one. It used to be OD green, but it isn't anymore. They don't make this one anymore. But, well, I don't have to show you pictures. I can just show you the knife. You know what I should probably do on my sign is do taking a leak and then draw a leak on the sign instead of I'll be back eventually just taking a leak. That would be hilarious. And it would be perfectly on brand, too. That's the best part. Yeah, it could be. That's exactly what I was thinking of. We could do that. I haven't used it yet, so let me demagnetize something real quick and then we'll try that out. Well, you have fun with that. What are you searching for? Still magnetized. Damn it. I'll demagnetize that thing eventually. I'm going to assume that if I had something you were interested in, you would have bought it by now, but I think it's a pretty safe assumption. The black with blue scale. Black with blue scales. I don't have one with black and blue scales, but if you're talking about one that they... Did they come out with a black and blue scale one? I think they did in MagnaCut, yeah. Yep. At least you stopped yourself from making a mistake. You should look into their newer stuff. Kershaw came out with leaks in MagnaCut that you might be interested in. They're a little more spendy though. No, I'm just saying that because if the pivot pin's tiny, then you're going to regret buying it. That means that the pivot is T6. If you want, it'll be expensive, but if you want, I will gladly buy a copper leak and do a custom patina on it. It'll cost some though. I love doing that kind of stuff. It's fun. Now, where were we? Cleaning. Cutting this. Yes. I'm going to cut something and then we're going to clean the 140. Oh shit, it is cutting. Okay. I'm sitting there like, this thing isn't cutting. It's just sliding right past it all. And other than the end there. Oh, that cut clean. "3D printed scales on a leak." I don't think I've ever seen that before. Sounds interesting. I don't need a strop. I need stropping compounds. All the yellow fuzzy stuff falling off. Now I need to clean it up, which I knew that was gonna happen, so that's why I usually cut these over the trash can. You know, no, I'll clean them up now. I was gonna just say, I'll clean them up later, but then they get everywhere. Let go. Thank you. We're just gonna dump all this into my little trash box. Oh, this sucks. I definitely should have done that over a trash can. Sweep it all onto the cutting board. Okay. Now we go dump all of it in the trash can. That was a rat 2. I do have a rat 1 up for sale though. Okay, now for the sharpening. Yeah, I can't argue with that. Blacked out knife always looks good. It always looks good. There's a rat 1. The other one was a rat 2. It's a lot smaller. Also, this one I've abused and this one I haven't. Now, where were we? Sharpening. Oh, yeah, that's why I cut it, was to use half of it to clean. Steel dust. This is a lot lighter than the stone that's underneath it. Yeah, I don't know if you knew, but that was a new old stock. I kind of feel bad for it. It was new old stock. I believe it was made in like 2013 or something. It had never been used. But at least somebody got a good use out of it. Now where were we? There it is. Oh, time to break in a 600. The coworker special. That is brutal. Does anybody have a knife? Yeah, here. Hands them a brand new $100 knife. That's like 12 years old. See, you've just got too much money. That's your problem right there. Is that Hammam? How's it going? How you doing? This is taking big chunks. Like there's actually chunks missing out of the edge on this thing right now. How expensive is a Shirogorov knife? Because I haven't really looked all that far into them. Well, that's their problem. They should buy better than gas station shit. Oh, that burr. That burr is amazing. It's huge. We can actually show you guys a burr under the microscope too. So this will be pretty cool. Kind of wish I had one of those tabletop microscopes that Jared has, but I'm not going to spend that kind of money. I didn't know that they were that expensive. I thought Shirogorovs were like 200. Aren't they made in Russia? Okay. You can see that chip. You can see the chips taken out of this thing. So that's the side with no burr. And if I flip it over, you can see the burr all the way across the whole thing. wild to look at under a microscope. It's really weird. Everything's mirrored, so whatever you guys see me doing, I'm doing the opposite. Like you'll see my finger is pointing up and going up into the camera, and it looks like it's going down. Yeah. But yeah, you can see there's chips taken out of this thing. They're huge. So we gotta soften up and not be pushing so hard. You know what would be really fun to do is go to my local Shields and sit outside, and for the first person that comes up to me at the table that I've set up or something, I sharpen their knife while they're shopping on stream. I doubt anybody would actually give me a knife to sharpen, but there's still a burr on one side, but it's nowhere near as bad as it was. So now we get to look again. Not bad. Not bad at all. Now, will it cut? That's the other question. It will cut. Not super cleanly, but it will cut. So that's the other downside of having two on this, is I have to find a place to put it where it won't scratch everything else. You know what? That idea isn't a terrible idea. What do you guys think about that? Me going to my local uh, sporting goods store and sitting outside offering to sharpen people's knives. And streaming the whole thing. Because I don't think that's a horrible idea as long as the general manager or something will allow it to happen. Or maybe I'll just go to a park and do it. I need a place where I can charge my phone. That's the biggest thing, is doing all this without being able to charge your phone. Your phone doesn't last very long on stream. Oh, so you guys were talking and chat was just broken the whole time. That's nice. So I'm stuck. I was stuck at everything is inverted. So I've been sitting here talking to nobody because I didn't know anybody was responding. That's fun. Sure, the problem is I don't know if a portable battery thing will charge it fast enough, because so you guys might not know this, but again, it's all about speed. A wall outlet will charge your phone fast enough to keep up with how much it drains while streaming. What won't keep up, or probably won't keep up, is one of them portable battery things. Um, when streaming without any other tabs open or anything like that, just streaming, my phone runs about 26% every hour. That's how much it loses every hour. So in a 4-hour stream, your phone will be dead, and then there's nothing you can do about it. Sometimes it does more. Like a lot of times, if you have something bright on the screen or something like high quality visuals or something like that, it will drain faster, and you will last like 3 hours. From a full charge, it will go to dead in 3 hours. And then there's the other thing. I really don't want to use all my mobile data like that. Sure, I get unlimited mobile, but I'm not sure I get unlimited high speed internet or whatever. Don't tell me chat's broken again. Okay, it's not. I'm trying to think of the cheapest way to do all of this. And yes, it would probably be at a park. Well, let's see how it looks before I rub it against a piece of leather and call that stropping. Agreed. I just don't have the money to be doing big things like that. To be dropping a ton of money on a there we go. To be dropping a ton of money on like a solar charger or something like that. I have a battery power bank type thing. Not sure how long it'll last running a stream though. Oh, the comfortable financial position's gonna take a while. Look at that edge and tell me it sucks. You'll be lying to yourself the whole time. That shit's wild. Now, I'm not as good as the big dogs, but I do produce solid results. Sorry, but my left arm's pretty bald. I've been testing sharpness a lot lately. Like the whole top of my left arm is just bald. Yep. Every hair that it touched on the way, it cut. I can see a burr. At least I think that was a burr. Nope, it's gone now. Probably just one of them like lines of dead skin after testing shaving. Yep. Single pass shaving sharp. That's what I call freaking sharp. Like, I don't know if I want to do it on stream because there's the ever so slight risk of possibly getting yourself on stream. Yeah, just cut all of that off. I'm telling you what, I'm getting a lot better at this. I wouldn't call myself a professional, but I'd be happy if I sent my knife to somebody and it came back like that. I think most people would agree. I like the park live stream idea a lot. I'm genuinely thinking about it. If you guys follow me on Facebook, I talk in the NAF's Moon Crew group sometimes, and I was talking last night about a problem that I've had before, and we've talked about it on stream. I said I've talked about it on stream too, where the knives, some of the knives that I have, dull without you using them. Like they dull over time. Aloha. Haha. And one of the steels that does it is Nitro V, and the other one is 3CR13. People think, or a couple of people in the comments thought that it was rust, but in the post I made sure to say that it was a low humidity environment with desiccant packets, and it still does it. Somebody just said that if you have an oxygen rich environment, it'll do it anyway. So I don't know. So I've got a notebook. I bought a notebook today. I'm not going to use it to cut the paper or anything. I'm thinking about what I should write in it though. And I'm thinking my idea is I write each steel that I've sharpened and my experience sharpening them, as well as my experience with how they hold up. Because D2 has this well, that's not unfortunate. Hopefully you have fun at a birthday party. So, yeah. Yeah, that's my problem is we're talking stainless steels. I don't know yet. At the moment, just the knives that I have. Specifically, what I notice when sharpening them is what I was thinking. God, I wish somebody would just buy my shit. You know what sucks? Somebody sent me an offer on this knife, and I accepted the offer, and then the payment didn't go through. I don't know. Everything that comes out of Pakistan, I've decided probably isn't worth buying. AB123, what's up? Their card might have declined. Yeah, they asked if it was something on their end or if it might have been something on my end, and I said it just hasn't told me to ship things out yet. The moment it tells me to ship stuff out, I will pack up your knife and I will send it out. But I won't do that beforehand because I told him that I'll wait for him to figure things out on his end. I doubt it will sell before he has the money to buy it. But I'm not going to try and hold it for him. It's up for sale publicly. If it sells, it sells. It's not a common thing that people want though, so that's the benefit for him. You get people on Instagram asking if you're interested in what? I have people send me links to companies that suck a lot. I've had people send me links to companies that they use 4116 on $150 knives, And I'm sitting there in my head like, are you shitting me? People fall for this? And yes, people fall for that. It's hard for me to say I'm not interested in that company because they're screwing people over. How do you say that nicely? You know? Because that's what I want to say is they're screwing people over. But people send me stuff like they're genuinely interested in it. And, what do you do? I'm nice. I'm too nice for my own good most of the time. I hold knives for people for way too long, and I'll admit that. So there's a company that I want to show you guys that I want you guys to tell me if this would be considered a clone or not. Go over to Google. DEFCON knives. Who owns DEFCON knives? I'll explain where this is going here in a sec. It'll all make sense, I promise. Top Quest Inc. Okay. So if you go, the company Top Quest Inc. owns 3 knife companies that I'm interested in. Not interested in this. I'm interested in DEFCON. Not interested in that. Not interested in that or that. This one I'm interested in, and this one I'm interested in. But in here, right, you scroll down. I was scrolling through their knives the other night, and I found this one. And I look at this thing, and I'm like, shit, I own that knife. So, I want you guys to tell me, is this the same knife? Right here. Because if you ask me, it's the same knife. My mom says otherwise. I don't agree with her. I think that this is the same knife. This is a clone of this. Yeah, if it isn't a clone, it is too close to not call it one. Exactly, yeah. But this Kershaw made this. It's designed by Tim Gallienne. It's called the Junkyard Dog 2. This is from, what is it? Proelia. And they just call it Bearing System Folded Knife or Folding Knife D2 Steel Blade. They don't clarify anything. It doesn't have a name. None of their knives have names. Like, how long is this one? Yeah, it's the same length. This one's about 8.5, and it's sitting there. Okay, maybe the other one is slightly shorter. But I'd hazard a guess that I could remove the scales from this and put them on this. They're that close. I'll agree with that. The Harbor Freight knife, that was a sad move. And it's great that it has a lifetime warranty, but the problem is they're undercutting, I think, an American knife maker. Not just a designer, but I think a knife maker. I don't know. But this one's in, what year was this made? 07. This one's in 13C26, and the other one's in D2. Not that that means anything, but I want to compare the two. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach out. I'm going to ask them if they could send me one. And I want to compare the two. Like the only real difference on this one Whoa, whoa, whoa. Those things are really fucking expensive. Anyway, well, this knife's discontinued too. It's been discontinued for like 10 years. So then that begs the question, is it still a clone? Like, or is it fair game? Then there's the other thing that I'm getting at. Tim Gallienne still makes these. He still makes this design. Not the Junkyard Dog 2, but I think he's on the Junkyard Dog 3 now. It's roughly the same size, but like 20 times the price. But yeah, I think he still makes them. It's one of his most popular models. Each one sells for like $4,000. It's ridiculous. This would look cool in purple because you guys can't see this on camera, I don't think. But oh, you can. The pivot is blue. The pivot and hardware are blue. Yeah, they're Jade G10. So I could dye them purple. Who says I don't like purple? Let's be real here. I would wear a purple suit. I would rock that shit. I just need to wear a mask because, damn, a solid 3 wearing a suit, that does not look good. But I'd be happy wearing a purple suit. Anyway, the giveaway knife is finished. So the giveaway, I think I'm going to do it the week after next week. That would be pretty fucking sick, yeah. So we got a QSP. You get the stickers. And you get this little card saying the specifications about it and stuff. They forgot to check that it is G10, but it is G10. And it was Jade G10 or natural G10. It's now purple. And this likely won't be a one-off thing. It is not a penguin. It is a parrot, I believe. They just send that with everything. Yeah, it's a Parrot V2. It has not been sharpened. I've noticed that one thing about my edges is they don't, well, they do last a long time. was going to say they don't last a long time, but I thought about it and I'm like, I'm lying to myself. They last like weeks. But who wouldn't want that? It's got a great edge. So I'm not going to sharpen it because I don't think that my edge is going to beat that. What I could offer with the giveaway, if the person wants to pay for shipping, I will gladly sharpen it for free. The first sharpen will, or the first, yeah, the first sharpening from me will be free. I can do that. Fuck no. I'll sharpen pocket knives and kitchen knives. I will not sharpen a full-on sword. Fuck that. And aren't katanas just giant tontos? You know I hate tontos. Why would I make myself suffer through that? Well, at least it isn't the American Tonto. The American Tonto is a fucking pain. So yeah, when I put this thing back together, I polished, or I didn't polish. I wiped off every fingerprint that was left on it. Because when they put it together at the factory, they left fingerprints everywhere inside of it. There are no longer any fingerprints. I say as I touch the pocket clip. But yeah, that's going to be the giveaway knife. It will be on a Friday. The stream will start at 8. The giveaway will happen at 9. And I will continue streaming for a while after that. Maybe we have some confusion going on. Is this an American Tonto? Where it's got a hard edge or hard corner right here. That isn't sharp, by the way. That's the only part of this thing that I can't get sharp. I think in about 15 minutes, or 17 minutes, I'm going to end the stream so we can go get dinner. And then I'll start a stream later on in the night. Well, yeah, fuck Tonto lines. Fuck Tontos. I hate them. Don't get me wrong, I left the lines on this one, but I hate it. I wonder if Stifler's still streaming. Let's see if he's still streaming. So I'll be reaching out to 2 companies. DEFCON is one of them. DEFCON Knives. And then I will be reaching out to Proelia or whatever the other one was. Stifler is still streaming. So what Stifler Manufacturing, they make Glock style. They make aftermarket. If you want to learn how to sharpen, the guy I recommend watching is called Outdoors 55. His name is Alex. He's really good at teaching. Oh, the Hawkbill? Fuck that. If it is one of the Hawkbill ones, then good luck. So we're going to go ahead and watch Stifler's stream on stream. Let's put it this way. Does the knife look closer to this? Or does it look like this? Like the blade just goes like that? Because if it goes like that, then you're going to have a fun time sharpening.
Tried copying it, and it was fun watching them slowly release slides that were slowly progressing as they figured out how we did it.
Straight. So like.
Yeah, they are. I mean, not a lot of people. Well, 40's
Oh.
just kind of fallen by the wayside, and then Glock has discontinued everything in SIG 357.
So like that kind of look.
Yeah.
Other than.
Also getting rid of some of their 45s.
Other than that, obviously, it doesn't have that.
So like Glock 20, Gen 3 and 4.
Okay, yeah, that's not hard to sharpen. Just need practice. You need practice and a, if it isn't too dull, a 600 grit stone should be good. But yeah, look into Outdoors 55. Once you learn how to sharpen and actually get good at it, it's a great skill to have. It really is. This guy right here. Go watch like 10 of his videos and follow what he tells you to do, and you should get a lot better. It basically is disposable. Hawkbill knives are basically disposable. The problem is Hawkbill knives, they're marketed towards people who do linoleum tiling, and that will dull the shit out of your knife. So they just buy more and then throw it away and buy more because they don't know how to sharpen them.
has the 41 Gen 4, as well as MOS, and the 49. KO Knives, what's going on?
We are watching his stream on my stream.
And in addition to that, Glock may also be trying to phase out their 17s and 19s, as we're seeing here with the 17 and some of the 19s, as they prefer to focus on the 45, the 47, and even possibly with the 43 as they start to focus on the 48. Oh, right on, KO Knives.
I like the Wave.
Slow ride. No, right now we use H series, F series on a few, and then we're also tapping into FX series on the Cerakote.
The Wave, like the Leatherman Wave?
Looks like we might look into Elite series, and we are not going to do C series just because of the way it cures. In order to do C series, I need to build like a clean cabinet or clean room for them to cure it.
Emerson Wave. I kind of like it. It's interesting to me.
Something with like a fridge.
I wish I didn't get a Tonto version of this.
And then clean it, and then put a bunch of
because it's got the Wave. But I noticed when I took it out of my pocket the other day, it opened halfway because I didn't mean to try and open it. You removed it? I wouldn't have done that. I kind of like it. It's interesting to me. And not gonna lie, when I pull a knife out of my pocket, it's interesting to have it open already. This dude's wild. His channel's grown so fast. Last month he had 200 something subscribers, and now he's got 600. Dude's gonna pass me, guaranteed. The Emerson Roadhouse. I don't think I know what that is.
Do a white slide for the
P-U-R-P-L-E.
Closer and closer to time to get a new computer. I've had this damn thing for years.
With KO on both sides.
It's finally starting to creak on me pretty hard.
I think that's perfect.
No, I'm just going to run into the ground. One day the chair is going to break, and that's when I'll go buy one.
Now, Kershaw's made worse. A lot worse. So he's going to be doing a giveaway for a, he's going to give away a slide, a Glock slide.
Hey, Brookside.
When he hits a certain number or something.
We do have some in stock, but everything's listed as pre-order. And so that's because, like, black is almost always usually in stock. Oh, hold on, I can't touch it.
No, you know what sucks?
There we go. Magic trick. Okay, so everything gets milled down.
Phillips screws. The fuck were they thinking? I mean, this is a flathead, but all the rest are Phillips.
And then after that, it gets cleaned, it gets sanded, and then Gets Cerakoted. Any Viper green? Which green? We've got Mil-Spec OD green, Jesse James Eastern Front green, and green Mamba. Either way, the answer is probably still all the same. I don't think I have any in stock, but I'd have to go check in the shop. Well, our turnaround's pretty quick. We're usually done in like 1 to 2 weeks.
It is significantly worse than T6. I'm going to say it again.
There might be a Jesse James Eastern Front green blem, if I remember looking at the pile right. But that may have already been bought, or it just hasn't populated on eBay yet. Because a lot of stuff for the eBay sale got uploaded yesterday, and a bunch of it just hadn't populated. Yeah, you won't wait. You won't wait long. It'll take like a week or two.
Oh my god, I suck at typing.
Plus shipping.
SIDES. There.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Chisel grinds they can be a
We're
pain.
debating other coatings after we expand the shop again. I'm not sure when that's going to be, but we're looking at potentially a whole new building. Purple with KO on both sides.
Anyway, guys, we got like 5 minutes left on this stream. Go check this dude out on YouTube. Here's his channel. He's got 609 subscribers right now. I don't expect anybody to subscribe, but they make Glock slides for Glock 17s and 19s, and they're working on Glock 43 slides. They're doing development on those next. So we'll see. They don't on pre-owned pieces. They will only do new products. So keep that in mind. But yeah, basically all they do is Glock 17 and 19 slides at the moment. When the stream ends, go check them out. Go say hi or something. We'll see you later, Aiden. Have a good one. I'll be sticking around for another 4 or so minutes before I get dinner. Hopefully I'm not late to the place that I want to go. But while we're here, I kind of do want to check out something under the microscope. I want to see what this 600 grit one looks like under the microscope. Oh, this is not easy to hold in place. I can lower this thing. The second stream, it'll be a couple hours from now. Can I can. Look at all those diamonds. Some weird looking stuff under a microscope right there. I wonder. Let's go ahead and move this up. I want to see what my 600 grit looks like. Not the my DMT 600 grit. I'm going to say there isn't much diamonds left on this one. Because that, I don't see any diamonds left. Yeah, I don't see any diamonds left on this thing. Zoom in further. Yeah, I don't see any diamonds. That just looks like nickel. I don't see any shine like I did on the other stone. Yeah. I don't think there's anything left on this thing. I mean, I did see a little bit of sparkling there. I just don't think that there's any actual diamonds left. But it still sharpens, so there has to be. Right? Oh, crap. We've gone over on time. How horrible. Oh, no. Anyway, appreciate you guys sticking around for the stream. We're going to go ahead and end it here. We'll have another one later tonight in a couple hours after I get dinner and stuff. So we'll see you then, maybe. And yeah, I usually say have a great rest of your night, but I'll be streaming again. So we'll see you guys later. Have a good one.